And we're back. The time's now 5:29. Our developing story at this hour. It's been 11 days since 5-year-old Hassani Campbell went missing, and now the spotlight has shifted to the little boy's foster parents. Court documents just released seem to reveal instances of domestic trouble between Lewis Ross and Jennifer Campbell. A phone text message, as a matter of fact, was laced with expletives. And in that, Ross said that Campbell, had some reservations. Take a look. We've got a quote here of it. We'll put it up on the screen and we'll read it to you. It says, quote, it's beeping over. I will watch her, referring to Hassani's younger sister, but he will be out on the BART. And it's your responsibility to hey him, so bleep you. That text message sent from the foster father to the foster mother. Court documents also state that at one point, Ross brandished a sword at Campbell, who is 6 months pregnant. In a statement to police after Hassani's disappearance, Ross also told investigators that he was also having some misgivings about caring for a developmentally disabled child. Hassani, of course, has cerebral palsy, and there's his photo. He is still missing this morning. And those court documents also detail the police concerns about the fact that Hassani disappeared in such a crowded place, and yet there were no witnesses. The documents also reveal new information about accusations of domestic violence and what police were looking for at Hassani's foster parents' home. Hassani's foster parents commented on those documents, including the sword and the police search of their house. Take a listen.
But I'm not the focus. Public, please. I should not have ever been the focus. They took my keys, my cell phone, and my wallet. I said, you have my keys. You have my permission to go to my home.
They didn't need a search warrant.
They didn't need one. I told them they can go to my home. The sword, Jennifer is uncomfortable with the sword, and I think that may have been one of the text messages that she didn't like the sword at the house and so forth and so on. And I kept the sword underneath of our bed, underneath my mattress for protection. That is the only weapon we have in this house. I said, get that F out, it's over. And I'm venting. Do I regret it? I regret it not because the world knows about it. I regret it that I said it.
It doesn't matter what you think of us or our relationship or anything else. Just find Hassani. Bring Hassani home.
Well, meanwhile, candles continue to burn at that makeshift vigil outside the back door of the shoe shop where Hassani Campbell was left supposedly in that car and last seen by his foster father, Lewis Ross. The candles, along with balloons and stuffed animals and Hassani's missing poster, were put up by friends and neighbors at that shop there located on Harwood Street and College Avenue, where Hassani's foster mother, Jennifer Campbell, works in Oakland. We're going to keep an eye on this story. Any new information, any new developments that should happen to come out today, we will let you know here on our broadcasts and also on our website at KRON4.com. In fact, we have a special section there on our website where you can find stories and links related to the search for this missing boy. Also new for you this morning, some details now on a San Francisco investigation. An early morning hit-and-run accident in the Russian Hill district. It happened at the intersection of Taylor and Union, and KRON 4's Yoli Sev is bringing us these live pictures of the wreckage left in the wake of this. Good morning, Yoli.
Good morning, James. It's not just one car, it's 6 cars total. In fact, this car came, this white SUV came careening down down Taylor Street and began hitting this first car here, and then just totally lost control for reasons we don't know yet, and just creamed all of these cars that were parked on the side. What a terrible way to wake up on a Friday and come out to your car and just see it totally total. In fact, we have pictures of that car that crashed into all of these. It ended up in the intersection of Taylor and Union, and you can see how it fell on its side there. The suspect actually got out of his car and is still at large, so they're still looking for the person who actually did all this damage, and other than that, they don't know much else about the person, and they're not giving out much information because this still is all under investigation. So basically, all we know is that all these cars are totally damaged, and you know, we don't even know if any of the owners of these cars know that their car got hit. I do know this, though, in the last hour, people drive by, they slow down, and they just stare and start taking pictures with their cell phones. It's becoming quite a little spectacle out here, just because the damage out here is unbelievable.
Wow, and Yoli, we were on the video when you first panned over to show us how close that intersection was. Do us a favor again and pan off to the right and show us again the wreckage and then where the intersection was where that SUV came to a stop.
Yeah, he came to a stop right there. Yeah, just feet away. He totally just came straight down Taylor, and Taylor Street is a pretty steep hill, and he just lost total control and just smashed one right after the other.
Wow.
And just ended right over here in the intersection. And they pretty much cleaned up this intersection fairly quickly. But as for these other cars, since it's not in the middle of the road, they just kind of left them where they, where they got originally hit.
For the owners to find when they come out in the morning.
Basically leaving it up to the owners to get it towed out.
Holy cow! I can only imagine what'll go through the minds of those car owners when they come out to go to work this morning and they see that. That is incredible. All right, Yoli, thank you very much. We'll be visiting with you again a little bit later on. At 5:35, let's talk about traffic now that we're talking about people driving on the roads. George, keeping an eye on your commute. Hey, George.
Let's talk about delays on Highway 101 right now, leading from Burlingame down to San Mateo. The overnight road work on Highway 101 from Novato down to the toll plaza. All right, let's check up on the weather, the fog, and everything else. Here's Drew Harmon with a look at the forecast.
Thank you, George. Taking a look at, once again, another mild start to the Bay Area weather situation for today. We'll see more morning clouds and fog, a minor chance of some storms as we head into those low 60s all the way through the weekend and next week as well. James?
All right, Drew, thank you much. And before we go to break, a quick story for you new this morning out of New Jersey. Boy, it was a close call there. 2 men managed to walk away from a fiery plane crash with just minor injuries. This is video here. I don't know if you can make it out there on the left side of the screen there. That is the wreckage that all the fire crews are looking at. Police say the twin-engine Beechcraft crashed while trying to land at Teterboro Airport. Officials believe the plane originally came from Reading, Pennsylvania, and might have been carrying some lab specimens from a diagnostics lab out there. Teterboro, of course, the same airport where a plane took off earlier this month before colliding with a sightseeing helicopter over the Hudson River. 9 people died in that crash. But again, this morning's crash, no deaths. Both people on that flight were able to walk away. Amazing. All right, 5:39, let's get to our commercial break here. When we come back, the latest coming out of the search for young Hassani Campbell. More in just a moment. A live look here, though, from our roof camera. A lot of fog out there. Temperatures still on the cool side today, and they'll stay cool this afternoon. We'll be right back.